Love you. Six minutes. Love you. Huh? No, it's a 70%. It's good. Have a great day. Be safe getting there. What's going on, y'all? This is Ada Ace here. Just checking it out this morning. Have a little bit to go through over the DDoS attack that was done on Cardano yesterday. If anybody doesn't know that was the reason why everything was slowed down, was because the chain was actually being attacked. We'll get into that in a minute, and some of the meme coin TA that's been requested. Obviously, I'm going to cover Nike, going to cover Slop, going to cover a couple of other ones too. Going to cover Bitcoin, Cardano, and some World Mobile probably. But obviously, got to talk about Cornucopias. Only a couple of days left on the file node sale. July is when they're going to come out. They're going to actually be minted and sent to the buyers, so we will actually have our NFTs very shortly. Use my link. It's either in the pinned comment, it's in the description. You can use the QR code that's on the screen. You're a little higher than where you're at now because I just haven't changed the document here, but it's all the same thing. Only a couple days left. We're going to gain more rewards than we thought, since they haven't minted all 20,000 of them. They have a set amount for the first year. All you have to do at first is to actually just register them. They've even created it to where you can send them to a pool and let somebody else run them for you. So legitimately, all you need to do is buy them to earn the rewards. Earn the extra free things they're going to give you, earn the credit of being able to be one of the people that is providing the decentralization of the download of the game. That's enough about the Cornucopias for now, because this is not a COPI video. So, first, let's talk about Nike here. So, I have set up here a trade setup that, since I put it in, as actually already should have filled. So I had this set up down here to fill in this area here in the 0.04 range. If you missed it, I would go ahead and put some in, or put a limit order down here in this range, just in case we wick back down into it. Then I would set your take profit in the zone of 0.049 to 0.0505. And I would take out about a quarter here. I'd take a quarter out in this 0.505 to 0.51 with a take profit 3 at what would be the new all-time high in the 0.06 to 0.063, 0.064 range. And then I would set the take profit 4, which essentially I would expect for us, if we got to this area today, that we would then reject and find the 786 of this move. So I do believe that we can at least get to this as the new all-time high. And that's why I say 25 out, 25 out, 25 out. And this would be where I would come out for a return down. And that could potentially look like this with your fibs. Go from your entrance here to here, and you could return to anywhere in this area here between the 618 and the 786. Could be where you could return to for a new buy-in. This token has a lot of volume, so we're talking almost 7 million ADA volume. It's traded on a couple of different dexes, and that provides you the ability to use your fibs, fib extensions, fib retracements. And this token has, as long as you use your fib right, this token has almost perfectly been able to be traded. I was trying to get it up before this trade happened. When I was building it, we were in this downtrend here, but it's already entered now. So, I was trying to get it to you before then, but it is what it is. So if you haven't, maybe go ahead and send it in, or put in a limit order here. It could potentially not get filled. Obviously, TA is TA. You could obviously come back down, and everything. Money flow is low. The stock is a little midway, but you have room for everything to go today, especially with all of the bullish news, in my opinion, of what I'm about to get into after the TA here. So just want to make sure everybody's doing good out there. Everybody can hear me and all the rest of that. So if y'all have anything else you want me to look at, let me know and I'll see if I can look at it. Eric, you sold your Nike at the top. Well, we're going to go above that today, so you might want to buy back in and use some of that ADA that you so like. All right, now let's look at Slop. Slop launched yesterday. We had a great 10-12x and come back down. We're down in this zone area. Basically, at this point, everybody that got into this thought it was a meme. It doesn't look like it's doing very great, all the rest of that, because it's just on its downward trend. We're getting everybody out of the token that didn't actually know what the token is truly for. That token is essentially a decentralization of the FarmBot Hogs project. They own the equivalency of 20 hogs and have a 2,000% drip on the FarmBot Hogs Discord drip, which is essentially a profit share of their entire project. They have over 500 tokens that run through their project and everything through the Discord. They're coming out with a X tip bot where you can be on X and be able to tip, Cardano, Sol tokens, ETH tokens, all kinds of stuff back to and those tokens will be able to be, that funding that they have to get will actually go back to the hog owners. Now, Slop is the #1 holder of the hogs, along with all of these tokens, millions and millions of some of these tokens, and then all of these NFTs, which this one gives you DGAF, this one gives you smokes, this one gives you CTV. All of these NFTs will be dripped into the same wallet that holds into this wallet, since it shows they held 21 hogs. They must have picked up another hog. So that's all of this will all go into dripping together into one wallet that then will be dripped out to the rest of the Slop owners. Yeah, you got a lot of YouTube to watch today then. I came in early, and you have Investing Bros, and you have Army Piper Show, all kinds of other things that's going on. So let's look at SNEC, because it is the father of meme tokens on Cardano and whatnot. So we did come up to the POC here and reject. So I could see us coming back down here a little bit. Let me get my ray here. And we can go here. So I see it coming back down a little bit, and I would purchase it somewhere in here. Because all of these profits that are being made on all of these other meme tokens and everything are all going back into SNEC, and then they're trading it as well. So a little bit of what I'm seeing on Bitcoin, which was the big giant head and shoulders. We kind of thought it was going to stop here at the bull market POC. It obviously went a little further, so it deviated from this range here. It did still stay in the head and shoulder range. It did V-shape recover here. Could have done a little more volume, really and truly. There was a bullish divergence here. We have bullish motion on our money flow. It could be a little better. We are retesting it, which obviously when you break through back into this range, you want to retest this range. So as long as we can hold this range, then just like we were talking about, it should come up, when you retest this range here, it should eventually find its way to the value area high. And then once it reaches this, we're going to look for a breakout. Then you'll look for a retest. And once it breaks out and retest, that's kind of the shoulder, the neckline of this head and shoulders here. And then this is your target out here at almost 90,000. And I've changed and put my magnet up here, hopefully to pull the price towards it, since I had the magnet down here and it very much well pulled the price down to it. Now let's take a look at, obviously, the one that I look at the most, and that is Cardano. On Kraken. That is how I trade it here. I have lots of lines, lots of things. It came back down in here. Let me zoom in here, guys, so you can see this here. We're on a 4-hour chart. This is the golden pocket that I had drawn that it came back down into. It's retested the golden pocket again. And Eric, it is loving your line once again. So you're looking for price targets on slop. We'll go back to that in a minute and everything. So just got to get out of this POC here. It rejected again. It's playing with Eric's reject line, hopefully holding it as support for us to go higher. The ADA BTC, ADA very much outperformed BTC in this last couple of days. Hopefully that is the bottom of the ADA BTC chart and we can see us to fly. So real quick, since they asked, let's go back to slop and see what we can find as some price targets here. So it's really hard to do much of anything on something that is this new here. You can pull some fibs, and let's give ourselves the 0.887 from good old Army Piper. And it's right at the 887 right now. So if you can't see that, let me zoom in a little bit further. We're on a 1-hour chart on slop. It's at the 887. We just need people to realize what this project is, get involved with it, get some volume going back into it. Because it is a meme-ish token, but it is really like a meme DeFi decentralization DePIN project kind of deal. But we're down at the 887. I personally have my position in that I'm going to get in, and hopefully we start going up. If not, I'm going to start collecting my tokens and we'll be good. So I got to get out of here soon, so let's get over to the news of what was talking about yesterday. Yesterday, Cardano was DDoS attacked by an attacker that basically was running scripts on logging that stake addresses were getting stake pools, and then it was the script that they wrote was set for it to always proceed, and they were using 50 to 55% of each one of the blocks. Each block is 88 kilobytes. They were using about 55% of it, trying to essentially bog down the system. If we weren't as decentralized, if we were a smaller number of node operators, it probably could have worked a little better. If you watch some of the block height and block issues, there were some nodes that did go offline, but when you have over 3,000 nodes, you can deal with some of your nodes going offline because of a higher input. And they were having to work a little harder. So some of the not as great machines that run some of the nodes that are out there, they were going offline, but the network itself never failed, never went offline. No transactions were rejected or lost or anything like that. All it did was slow it down. So all this was kind of happening during a space yesterday that was really started about Nike. We were talking about Nike, and then we started realizing things. This was a Cardano UTXO deal. Let me see if I can zoom in enough. Maybe not. But you can see this, utxo.org. And we started seeing these giant blocks with all of these little scripts in them, and for some reason, they would fall out and all the rest of this. But essentially, this giant block wasn't letting many other transactions get in. And there was this is where I showed that it was a reward script, and there was many of these that came in. It was every block, almost every block that was these over and over and over again. And that was what we kind of was able to see, that this was not somebody running a script on accident. This was not an accident. This was a malicious attack on the system. So then we all started to look into it. It was great. Then the space that we were in became we were starting to play the game, whatever the game is, where they say, oh, you're the one that's doing it. Y'all can help me out in a few minutes in the chat. Y'all know what I'm probably talking about. This was one person here's their report that it started on this block. There was 194 smart contracts that was inside of the block, 194 smart contracts, because we can do that on Cardano. So there's 194 transactions within one transaction. Each one of these smart contracts was costing them 0.9 ADA. And so this was around 400 ADA a block. And this was where it started and whatnot here. So this is when we were in the post here, they found this guy, this post, because they, we start having all kinds of people. There was 400 or 500 people in the space at one point. And they started looking at it. This guy asked, said $250 for a good time. This person asked, what's his name? Guillermo. This is the first name of the mathematician that's last name is Cardano, that Cardano is actually named after. So there is some thought here that this guy was talking about he had found a way to exploit and attack the network. And it was only, extra'd by the guy said open a short. The date of 6/17 is the date that the Cardano Constitution was released. And in the Constitution that they released some of the updates that are going to be coming on the next hard fork, which is to get rid of the issue that they found here, which was essentially that you could run this script and it would only cost 0.9 ADA. Now they're going to be doing something to where if you try to do something like this, then your transactions will start costing more and more money. And that is supposed to thwart this issue. So, not quite sure if this guy has anything to do with it. Charles Hoskinson tagged him in something and posted a Star Trek GIF and everything and said basically not today. So I don't know if this guy really was the person that was attacking the chain, or if they just kind of conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat kind of deal on this. So then let's get to Phil. Phil is one of the guys that was in the space with us. He is one of a dev for Anastasia Labs and everything on Cardano. So he apparently went and found the script, read the script, and since he's a dev, he can figure out what the script is doing. And then he found a exploit of this script that the exploiter wrote. So essentially he says, hey, anybody want to claim $400 ADA from the attacker? We just need to deregister their state credential they're using, and you get 2 ADAs per credential. So they were doing it for 193 at a time. So it's about 400 ADA. Their attackers using 194 always succeed credentials. So they, in the programming, in the code that they wrote it to always succeed. And this, I do believe, was what was able to make the thwart that this guy attacked the attacker. And he says, just want to clarify, network is behaving as intended. Liveliness is unaffected. Everything block size limit, transaction limits, block times are all conservatively. So the attack in total is a waste of funds. The validator is deserializing 194 scripts, 16 kilobytes each. Each transaction validator totally fine processing these transactions, which is essentially 200 times what they're supposed to be used to. Essentially, what he's alluding to is this attack just stress test Cardano, and not only did it not go down, it succeeded and continued minting blocks, continued processing transaction, continued minting NFTs, which I'll get to in a minute. So they essentially attacked the guy. Here is his update. He halted his attack, reading his tweet in an effort to protect his funds. They were too late, and pillaging their funds was already in progress. So essentially, he wrote a script against his script and started taking the 400 ADA in the always succeed. And since it was always succeeding, he was deregistering it before it would process, and then his program would automatically refund it because it was supposed to always succeed with another 400 ADA. And, he was able to essentially take more of it. He says this wasn't the only way to do it, just the quickest way to get them to stop, essentially, because the funding wallet had almost 2 million ADA in it. And then I was actually charting this, and when this up happened here on this chart here is when the attack started. So I'm not quite sure if this is just correlation, causation, or anything, but they did track back the wallet that was being used to pay for these transactions to getting their ADA from Kraken, and I track Kraken. So this could have been him, this attacker buying could have been causing, short liquidations or anything because they were buying more than what should have been bought or other things there. I don't really know. So this one is from Cardano Yoda. It's a little longer and everything here, but I just want to kind of get what they're getting to. So we faced a DDoS attack, performed as anticipated, and just essentially slowed down the chain, which is exactly the way Cardano is designed to function. It does not lose the transactions. The chain does not go down. It just merely slows it down. Now, yes, some trades on MinSwap or whatnot was taking 20 or 30 minutes to go through, but that's not really the issue with the chain. That's more of the issue with the way that MinSwap sends its batches in large batches to the chain, and when there was such a large block already in that one block, there wasn't enough for the MinSwap batched blocks to process. So that is why they talk about how SundaySwap processed 5,013 orders and operated effectively during the attack. This is because SundaySwap is on their V3 of their platform, and MinSwap is about a week or two away from doing V2, which would probably help this out a lot. Cardano is a winner because of the resilience has been proven. I wholeheartedly believe that as well, because this was an attack. Not only did the attack fail, we stole your damn money from you while you were trying to attack us. We kept going, and we proved how strong this blockchain truly is. I almost guarantee you plenty other ones would have went out during this process, or the cost would have gotten so skyrocketed that even if the things were going through, people would be spending $10,000 to send $100 on Ethereum. The DDoS attack was intended to hinder the access and overwhelm the network with spam transactions. This one says they were costly, but really and truly 400 ADA isn't that much money. So really it wasn't that much. They did have some issues. There were some compromises in individual nodes, but not much. And essentially he's saying that they would need to simultaneously attack hundreds of nodes, which is almost impossible to do. And he goes into how the blockchain works and other things. There's a lot of information here that goes a little further into it. he gives ways that it works and other things like that. This was a little longer of a post, and whatnot. He gives some credit here to him on creating all of this stuff is great. So during all of this, InMaker took the opportunity to create. I was here for the DDoS attack, and all I got was this stupid NFT. That's great. I didn't see it happening. I was stuck on all my spaces that I was on, being involved with all of that and with Nike and everything else, that I missed this one. And even I do believe Pi paid for his NFT 314, NFT number of this 314. Now, hopefully, I've got this figured out where y'all can hear the audio, because Rick made this as a recap of today's events. This was after Charles Hoskinson posted at the very end of the day that I was gone doing farm stuff. Did anything happen today? Kind of in a poke, like, look at all the stuff that happened about Cardano today. So let me see if we can get this to work.
What, bitch? You looking for trouble, motherfucker? You came to the right place.
Boy, you'd think there were 10 of me.
Oh, yeah? Not so fucking tough now, are you, bitch? Hey, man, he had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming.
So I thought that was great. I had to share that with y'all. I'm glad that it works, Eric. I had to turn up my desktop audio to all the way, since when I listen to it, when I have music in the background, I had it low, and apparently I didn't realize that the last couple of times I tried to do that. So also yesterday, Melon, which is the CTO of Dex Hunter, posted that the Dex Hunter website received the most activity that it's ever had yesterday. And this is the last 12 months. So if you're looking at this like they had 10 million page views yesterday, that is incorrect. In the last 12 months, they've had 10.5 million page views and 934,000 visitors. So with that being said, almost done with the day. I need to go and let other people get on and do their shows. We'll shamelessly plug my merch store. I got some Nike He's a Good Pig shirts, and I also have a Nike blanket. Go ahead and pick those up. They drop ship straight to you. You pay the shipping. It's one-off. Doesn't cost too much. If you want to get one of my shirts, here's an A to A shirt, and on the back, as it loads, it says Short Banks by Ada. If you want, I can put some extra NFT pictures down here like I have on mine that I will be wearing at Rare Evo. If you're going to be at Rare Evo, make sure you find me at Rare Evo and come hang out. We'll end the stream with another, shameless plug on my affiliate link. Only a couple of days left. Please go buy some through my affiliate link and make some of my channel some money. Obviously, it will go back into some more crypto. Maybe I can do some giveaways or something like that with it if we get some sales or whatnot. If I sell 5 of them, I'll give away the profits from one of them to, and equally separate it to 5 different people. So that's something that we can maybe do there if I sell 5 of them. Notice I have sold 0, so I need to sell 5 to do that. So hook me up, sell 5 of them, or buy 5 of them at one time, and then I'll see what I can do about that. But I got to get to work, and I got to get off here, so y'all have a great day. Peace.